Welcome to Ask an Expert, where a technical product expert answers questions from our customers. Hello, this is John Appleson, Marketing Manager with Pepperl+Fuchs. So welcome, Zach, and thanks for being here.
Hi, John. Thanks for asking me.
The first question asks about the MBB1.5-5GM25 inductive sensor. The customer would like to know if it is able to detect non-ferrous metals such as aluminum, and if so, would it affect the sensing distance?
This inductive sensor is capable of detecting non-ferrous metals, but it would be at a reduced range. If you look at the datasheet, you will see a reduction factor listed for some common non-ferrous metals, such as aluminum and copper. To get the expected range, you would multiply the reduction factor by the specified range on the datasheet. In this case, the 1.5 millimeters.
This customer replaced an NJ622N388 10-meter inductive sensor with an NJ1030GMN, but now won't read above 500 RPM. Zach, what went wrong in this case?
A quick comparison of these two sensors reveals that the switching frequency of the NJ6 is significantly higher than the NJ10, 2000 Hz versus 300 Hz. For speed applications, switching frequency is the maximum number of times the sensor can change state, represented in Hertz. Generally, 300 Hz should be plenty high enough to function at 500 RPM, so we would also need to review the setup. Several factors can affect the switching frequency in a negative way, including the number of targets per revolution, the spacing of the targets, the size of the targets, and the distance from the sensor to the target.
Zach, a customer replaced a VAA4EA G4 module, addressed it, and now it shows a fault error of F4. He stated that the module he took off was addressed as node 6. Any idea what happened?
With the handheld addressing device, the F4 error indicates that the target address is already occupied. It's recommended to assign a different address to that active slave. In this case, you'd want to ensure that the slave is pre-addressed to 6 before placing it on the network.
For this next application, the customer would like to read a truck ID and wants to use the MTT 6000 RFID reader. He needs to know what else is required to connect to a compact Logix controller and what antenna and tags it will accept. He needs to report the tag to his PLC. Do we offer these tags?
The MTT 6000 is a standalone reader, so it does not require an additional antenna or read head. There are 4 tag options available, 2 read-only tags and 2 read-write tags. All of them are fairly large in size and battery-powered. To connect this device to a compact Logix controller, it would also require an Ethernet converter, such as model RTS-UP-1. This converts Ethernet to Ethernet IP. There is an in-depth guide available on our website, which goes through setting up the RTS with the MTT 6000.
Okay, last question. A customer is trying to find a sensor similar to the CCN1530GS60-E2 capacitive sensor, but for use in 150 degrees Celsius high temperature application. Zach, what can we offer?
Unfortunately, we do not offer any capacitive sensors suitable for that temperature. Our only options for 150 degrees C would be an inductive proximity sensor or a fiber optic solution.
Well, that concludes this segment of Ask an Expert. I'd like to thank Zach for joining me today and thank our audience as well. For additional information, here are 5 easy ways to connect with us.